Welcome once more. This program is dedicated to exposing the corruption and the evil inherent in the said Nigeria. The corruption going on in Nigeria.
For services he did not render. And the Nigerian people are helpless. Even we here as privileged class have had to buy the transformer that I use here in the heart of Abuja. And to install it, I have to persuade, negotiate, and even effect payment to Abuja distribution, whatever, to connect the transformer I have procured personally with my resources. And hereafter, this transformer becomes the property of the disco. And every month, I am asked to pay bill on brand A or whatever.
Under your transformer.
Like you said, sir.
Very wonderful. Now the person speaking is Oshomole. We all know him, Oshomole. Part of the politicians who are in charge of the country, who are ruling the country. Now, do you know that what this man is saying here, I shall use what they are saying to nail them. Now, do you know that what this man is saying here is what common citizens, ordinary Nigerians are passing through? They procure transformers by themselves and they pay for installation, they pay for connection, and then they also pay for the electricity they are using. And do you know the funny part of the whole thing? The people who bought that transformer do not have right over the transformer. Once you buy a transformer, it becomes the property of whatever people who are giving you the electricity, whether electricity distribution company or whatever they call themselves, or NEPA. It becomes automatically their property. And then you are paying for your own transformer. The transformer you use your money to buy. You are paying this NEPA or EEDC or Abuja Electricity Distribution Company or whatever they call. You are paying them. Now, do you know that MTN or all these telecommunication, companies, they take care of their devices. They take whatever gets missing or spoiled in any of the facility, they fix it. All you need to do is to get yourself recharge, get yourself a line, get yourself recharged, and that is all. You make your calls. If anything gets wrong in their communication system, in their mast, in whatever, they fix it themselves. But if anything goes wrong in any transformer, all members of that community must contribute and pay. NEPA does not do anything. The electricity distribution company does not do, they don't repair their transformers. Even if you buy the transformers for them, they take it over as their own. And if something happens to it, they cannot fix it themselves. The brunt of everything depends and it falls on the people who are in that area using that transformer. Is that how it's supposed to be? In a privatized sector, they continue to, lynch and extort the populace. They continue to extort the populace. And these people call themselves senators, call themselves lawmakers. They cannot even make corrections and put things in order. Let's continue to listen to him.
Every state governors, or most, spend public funds, buy transformers for communities. And then you still have to contribute money. Many of us, very soon when we go back to the electorate, they are going to tell us that for 1 year, for 2 years, they've had no light. What is the problem? No transformer. And then they ask you a senator to go out and buy the transformer. You look for the money, you buy the transformer. And then they say, NEPA says you have to pay for them to connect the transformer to their grid. If cables are faulty, you buy the cable for them to install it. Even right now, I have requests from several communities asking me to buy the transformer and to get them connected. And yet, sir, The key element in distribution is transformer and cables, among others. So if these ones are now being procured by state government using public funds and individuals using their personal resources, what is the cost that these discos are incurring? Now, worse, the money they claim to have paid, because the logic of privatization was to inject private capital into these services. In truth, they went to borrow from Nigeria depositor funds in various banks, thereby killing some of those banks who have now become the liability of AMCON, which itself is also a contradiction about the logic of free market. And what they have borrowed, Mr. President, since the privatization took place, what they have borrowed through CBN and other sources is 10 times more than the amount they claim to have paid to become owners of those discos.
Now, listening to the corruption, I want to explain to you. Listen to the corruption here. From what he is saying, these particular electricity distribution companies, this sector was privatized. In any case, what it means is that individuals can now come in, purchase this company, and ensure that there is steady power supply. But what happened is that the particular amounts, let us say they bought this company for 10 naira, but then they are borrowing money from the Nigerian pores to facilitate the activities of that company that they bought. And the money they are borrowing, normally if you buy a particular company, you shouldn't be borrowing more than what you used to buy that company. Because if you borrow more than what you used to buy that company, then there is a problem somewhere. Then it is clear that you cannot even handle that company. But these people are borrowing more. Take, for instance, they are borrowing 20 naira or 15 naira. Now, you are borrowing 20 naira or 15 naira from Nigeria that you bought that same company less than what you are borrowing from the same company, the same country. This is exactly what we were shouting during time of what is it called? Dangote. Dangote was building his personal refinery and borrowed money from Nigeria, and Nigeria cannot even fix her own refinery. Today they say they are privatized and they own these companies, but they still collect money. Now, I want you to understand something. What they are doing here is settlement. They settle the people that have maybe worked for them, or they feel they need to settle these people with this or that. And so they say, okay, we want to privatize this sector. You buy this one and then go to so bank and collect money to run the activities of the sector. This is fraud going on. Clean fraud going on. And these people cannot do anything. They are just going to talk and laugh, and that is the end of it. You are not going to hear anything meaningful. You are not going to hear anything meaningful. Now, the traumatizing part, the last part, will make you even more annoyed. If this part has not made you annoyed, the last part of this video will make you very annoyed. Now watch.
Lastly, sir, I still stand. Discos own no more than 60%, quote, own. So it is arguable where the total money you are borrowed from public sources is more than your private capital, whether you can still claim to be privately owned. 40%, as we speak, still belong to the federal government. But sir, there are no governing councils. There is no governing board for this discourse. So federal government owns 60% of a business, and it has no say in the board of those companies. So there is no corporate governance. The one of Edo is owned by a pharmacist. The wife is a banker. The pharmacy becomes the chairman. The banker becomes the MD. They mismanage Edo economy, Delta economy, Ondo economy, Ekiti economy, and we are down right now in crisis. Even I, sir, that I don't live in Benin, my bill every month, I can't even afford it. So, Mr. President, I support the motion by my very good friend who lost an earlier motion, thanks to the vigilance of Mr. Senior President and your commitment to protect the poor, that these motions can benefit from a radical review.
Now, what did you notice? Immediately he talked about defending the poor. Akpabio started laughing. Senator Akpabio, Senate President, started laughing. Defending the poor Nigerians, they started laughing. It shows you they don't care a hoot about you. It shows you they don't give a damn about whatever happens to you. He began to talk about defending the poor Nigerians, and this man started laughing. Oh, if you understand the situation you are in, you are going to stand up wherever you are and revolt against this evil going on.
Including the option of revoking the ill-conceived, ill-executed privatization and revisit it in line with the renewed agenda of Mr. President, that no one shall pay for services to a private Nigerian who did not render that service. We are going to a petrol station to buy fuel without a pump. And the person selling the fuel tells us this is the amount of liter I have injected. You are no means to verify it. May your leadership, sir, or common as it is, be the one that gives us the political will to revisit and protect Nigerians, rich or poor, who have been victimized by the fake new owners of this discourse. Thank you, Mr. President.
Well guided. In fact, I have to be very honest with you. The president's reform in this.
May you open your eyes and see the realities on ground and stand up in unison to fight this injustice going on. Thank you for listening. It is Biafra Fest.